Alright, let's go. So, we just finished the dungeon, as I said. It is a new day, a new dawn. It is raining in England, or rather on FFXIV. The tower's gone, and we owe it to you and the alchemists. Yes. I didn't realize how tense I had been until Narunier returned to normal, and I felt drowsy for the relief. Interesting. Phew, carrying all those Matanga may have been the true struggle. That I do believe. The liberated prisoners are being transported to Razat-Han for treatment. Alize and Yashtula will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. Okay. We'll go and join them in the city once you have had a moment to catch your breath. Well, technically I had that last night, but thank you very much. You may now enter the Tower of Zod with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. So, I'm not going to do that right now. I just wanted to check something. That's the scenario. But if I go to avatars, all of them are level 81, which is great. That was something I was worried about. Because in Shadowbringers you had to get them all to 80. And I wasn't sure how they would do the 80 to 81 jump. This is good. This means that I can now basically, as soon as I have my jobs at 81, I can just spam trust dungeons basically. Which will make it so much easier to level some of the jobs where your duty roulette is just going to get killed. Right, the Jewel of Favner. Had enough rest, have you? You never were one for being idle. Right, Varshan bade us come to Megaduta at our earliest convenience. The others will join us there once they have finished tending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the great work. We left Gra in the alchemist's care, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me then. The guardsman at the gate should wave us through. Alright, perfect. When we delivered Gra to the alchemist, they were not a little excited. Perhaps it was Nidana's rescue that brought them joy, but given their fascination with Estinian, I'm not quite sure. Alright. So that's the dungeon. I'm so glad that they don't show dungeons until you, don't show dungeons on the map until you unlock them. Alright. I do hope that I'm now unlocking Razat-Han. That would be nice. But I don't think so. Like, it might be a thing where you don't actually get to go to Razat-Han, the city, the hub city at the end of the story, until you finish the story, basically. Like, back in Stormblood, you were able to go to Augur's Reach, but nothing was unlocked. Like, none of the traders were really unlocked. At least not for the Gemstone gear and stuff like that, of course. So it might be a case where we're going into Razat-Han through cutscenes, as we did yesterday, but aren't allowed to just walk around. We'll see. We shall see here in but a moment. I have no clue. Like, I have not watched anyone else stream this. At least not the story of it. Ah, Honored Science, you are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions in the city, the sentry stationed at the fountain atop the steps should be glad to assist you. Speaker of the Radiant Guardsman. Interesting. Though I have been to Razatan before, this place is a veritable maze. Okay, rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. The city is now accompanying you, blah 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 blah. Okay, we know that already. Thank you. And now we're going to enjoy the music for a moment. So, I did actually meant that. Like, I did want to enjoy the music for a moment. It is... Oh, it's okay. I'm going to unlock the currents first, real quick. Even if I'm sure we will get a tour through the city anyway. Oh, that's the airship landing. Good, good. Expanding House of Splendors. Okay. So that is going to be the crafting area stuff. Good to know. This is big. Like, for a hub city? Like, with hub city, what I mean is, Idleshire, Rolga's Reach, Yulmore, Mordona, technically, though Mordona is a little bit special in that regard. This is where you spend most of your time in the end game, because you will get your item exchanges here, your tombstone gear, your, that's probably all over here. So yeah, I'm surprised that it's this big. Like, compare this with Northrund. And Yulmore. That's all of Yulmore. I mean, it has all of this, to be fair. But if we go to Kurfus, well, not Kurfus, Abulafia Spine, also not. Where is Dravania? Derp. That's all of Aylshire. That's it. That's all of it. One ether, like giant etherite, and one small etherite. Yabania. That's all of Roger's Reach. That's it. And then yeah, then they went all in with Yulmore and its surrounding area. I think did get this already? I'm gonna double check. Yeah, we did. Okay. Hall of the Radiant Host. I'm just gonna make sure that I have everything. Sidian is not going to mind, I'm sure. I hope that I can just go through like to the left here. Yes. And on our way back, I'm actually going to pay attention to the area again, because get all these colors. It looks amazing. Alright. The big aetheryte on the left, and the hunt board makes sense. And all of the markers. My god, it looks so good. According to the message on the base, this aetheryte has been temporarily disabled. Alright. I guess. Story stuff. We had the same issue in Yulmore. When we first started Shadowbringers. Back then we were just not allowed to use it. This time it's just been disabled. I guess because of security reasons and stuff. That's fine. Okay. So I think we are attuned. Actually, I can check that. That's a current location. We haven't gone to Ikama yet. And the Everett Plaza we can't unlock. Okay. That's fine. It's gonna be a little bit of a trip, I suppose, because this seems to be a bridge. We have to go back up here and then cross over. Okay. Actually, I can just do this. Make this a little bit smaller. And enjoy the view a little bit better. And this is basically why I did the second HUD layout. Just so I can actually enjoy everything. And it is amazing. And I love the music. Very calm. Very distinct. Not going to test if I can jump down here. Otherwise I would have to do the... Well, I can test it when I have to go back. God, it is so colorful. I love it. And that's all of them. To all Ethernet charts and Razatan. Yeah. All but one. All but the most important chart. Because technically the Ifrit Plaza one is a shot as well. Oh well. Right. Let's see if we can jump down here. We can! Perfect. And we didn't even took lethal damage. Ah, Mr. Laverne, I presume. I understand you are here for an audience with the satrap. If you require directions to Megaduta, I should be glad to provide them. Sorry. The satrap's residence is situated in Dama, the highest part of Razatan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the ether route disabled. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to this fountain, then continue left. There will be more steps, and upon ascending them, you will emerge on Pax's path. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at Ruveda Fibers. Within, you will find another center who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Up, up, up we go. We are at Pax's path. We are heading right. Through these doors to Ravida Fibers. Heading to Magaduta, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door at the top of the stairs. You'll emerge at the entrance to the airship landing, where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you will find the workshops of Ravida Fibers. Though you are free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Alright. Oh, there's actually something I can ask him here. I'm surprised. Fafnerian weave. Hard to imagine more vibrant stuff. I dare say Emmerich would be partial to the gold thread, and the blue, of course. He loves his blue. I've never put much thought into what I wear. A spare set of clothing is usually all I carry, and if that isn't enough, I can always obtain something local. Oh my god, the shit talking. Oh, I love it. He loves his blue. He does, doesn't he? I think I messed up somewhere. I did. I should have... Oh, to his right, not my right. Burp. Oh well. It's fine. Vigilant Radiant. Back on Pax's path. If you are here for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. But aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at Megaduta. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead and across the bridge. You cannot miss it. That sounds easy. Alright. Yoink. Oh. Discuss Dharma. Remember passing by here with Warshan. The situation being as it was, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life has yet to return to normal here, but when it does, you ought to pay another visit. Though the city is confusing, the food is quite good. I'm partial to hamsa myself. The meat's surprisingly tender and flavorful. Squawks work. Lol. But yeah, I wish these places were dotted on the map so you can more easily see them. As you don't miss any of them. That would be nice. That would be a nice quality of life change, Square. Please, please do. Mm-hmm. Jump. Megaduta attendant. Greetings and welcome to Megaduta. May I inquire after your business? We are members of the Science of the Seventh Dawn, come at the invitation of His Excellency. Ah, of course. We have been expecting you. I'll show you into the audience chamber, if you would please follow me. Everyone... Thancred and Graha are still missing. And here they come. Both still complete, I hope.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Just a little, but it's fine.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
We've eaten all the cookies.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
Oh my.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Yeah, full glad I am to see you didn't kill yourself, you stupid idiot.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude.
Can you open up the Etherite for me, please?
You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales.
I'll take those. That's good.
Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
See if that does it.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia.
Alright. Cool.
Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
I wonder how many we are getting. That's a big letter.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat Khan will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
Ow.
'Tis of no moment, a mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
I was about to say, you didn't really see any scales on him, but I guess that's just a texture issue.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
He did indeed.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made.
Fair.
In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope, that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
To be fair, let me quickly pause this for a second here. To be fair, he also didn't interfere apparently didn't interfere, we'll see if it ever gets mentioned, during the entire problem between Tiamat and Bahamut and the Elegant Empire. And that would be closer to home for him, because Marasidia is south of Ilsebard and Aldenard. And you know, Fafnir is like in the middle of Ilsebard and south. So I wonder if what he did during that time, and if it does get a mention, I would love for them to mention that. Maybe he hid himself away in Fafnir still. Maybe.
'Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
That's a good question, holy shit. When did the dragons arrive on this star?
Nay, when war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company.
Okay.
He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift.
Alright, sorry, I have to pause again, because this is massive. This answers two questions at once. A, when the dragons arrived on our source, and B, if the entire universe is scattered, or just our planet. And that sentence here, he alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. This means that only our planet has shards. Like the 10 and 3 reflections is just our not the entire universe, just our planet. The dragons came from outside of that into one of the into the source. That's interesting, and also later, which now begs the question: when did they actually arrive? Because it has to be before the Third Age, I think. Oh my god, this is massive. Holy shit, I love it.
Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
Hey, Midgard someone, do you want to, show up next to me,
I
please?
see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom you must look for answers.
Mini Midgard Summer, my faithful little minion.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
Oh ho? Do tell me more.
'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one?
That is a very fucking good question.
To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope.
Oh?
He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind.
How did Midgard Summer know about Hydaelyn?
Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since.
We need a fucking talk with Midgard Summer.
Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydaelyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
We need to have a talk with Midgard somewhere. And then hide them
Thank you,
again.
Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
Very poetic.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions,
Yes.
I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
So where are we going next is now the question. Where do we go from
We
here?
must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Where do we go from here? Aw, ain't she cute?
Prithee, a moment.
Mm-hmm.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor. 'Tis thee.
Yes, it is I. Because someone I have crossed paths, yes. No, I'm gonna go with the fucking second option, because I have questions, mister. I only wish you could be here with us now. Yes, please. You could answer a whole lot of questions.
I know of his clash with Omega, and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world.
I do hope he shows up again.
'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread.
What the fuck is Rivulet?
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without a cease.
Alright, sorry. A rivulet is a small stream of water or another liquid. So his... But alongside my elation runneth a small stream of water of dread. So a small stream of dread, basically. Good to know. Today, I learned. For upon my life's real... Okay. It was a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust, but alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threats of fate, power, weal, and meshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot, if thou shalt know no rest. There's an endless confluence of forces, struggle without surcease.
More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
You had to do this. You had to do this. How dare you? Yeah, I was waiting for this one. It never hit me as much as other people. God.
Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss.
That's a Tiamat reference, I
Thus
suppose.
do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
If that's not a death flag for like my entire party don't know what it is. Hey, siblings. Speaking of loved ones.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
I will hold you to that. I will hold you to that. Alright, that was a bundle of answers to questions we had, followed by way more questions that we didn't have before. This is amazing. Well, apologies again, I didn't force you to conclude your conversation prematurely. Somewhat, but it's not Rithra I want to have a lengthy conversation with right now. So, what were you and Rithra talking about? Nothing? Very well, if you say so. The others have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. Actually, let's talk to her real quick. Like his sister Tiamat, Rithra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they're on our side. Oh yes. The color of joy. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the mulberry orchard. Alright. Sadly, can't mount up here, which is interesting. Sometimes you can in the hub cities. But I guess we can't in this one, or we cannot yet. Could be both, because it is a big fucking city. Would be nice if we were able to mount in here, but it's okay. That was the wrong key. I understand the mulberries are for the silkworms grown a stone's throw away from the satrap's residence. It gives it the quintessential Fafnarian flair, don't you think? From here we are supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Let's go. I shall sit myself down again. Up. That's a bit too bright. That's better. Alright. The word "you" apparently means by in the local tongue, and this district is so named because it connects all others in the city. If we managed to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so I was told. Where the street turns, enter the door straight ahead, then ascend the steps. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Ras Han. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearings. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. Well, it takes us down. Oh, the vibrant colors. It is amazing. It looks so good. I'm so glad I can finally walk through Ras Han. Phew, it seems we're on the right track. And here's the Ifrit Plaza. So far, so good, and there isn't much further to go. From here, we just need to cross to the other side of the hall, then pass through the larger of two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding scales. Come, let us join them. Across the larger of two hallways. Not this one. This one. Like, look at this. There are Orange and Thancred. What are you scheming about? Though this land hath been afforded a respite, in Torma do many others languish still. Our work is far from finished. You took your time. I got to turn around. I take it. Not quite. I wonder if I missed any of the others. I wonder why those two are over there, while the rest is over here. But no, all of them are here. Excellent, you're in time to hear the latest good news. I like good news. The students have previously turned to Razat Han's alchemist for help with the analysis of various artifacts. That's how I became acquainted with Ndana. I'm glad we could rescue her and pray she makes a full recovery. I'm quite well now, I assure you. As they say, the stronger the taste and the stranger the color, the more effective the remedy. With my body trying to replenish the ether I spent, however, I'm feeling rather famished. I think a sampling of the local delicacies is in order. Hamza cuisine would be a good place to start, perhaps. As I heard it after you defeated Nidhogg, his scales found their way into the hands of the firmament's artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise that they were coveted. Still, it's a strange legacy for the vengeful worm. Interesting. I did not know about that, actually. What an immense laboratory. How many such places were enlisted to help forge the warding scales, I wonder? A few, I would assume? Shit. One second, please. Never mind then. Let's try it here. Alright, let's talk to Alize. We are lost, of course, but at least we found the place. Ooh.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations.
Why not both? Actually, let me turn that off. It's blinding. Ugh.
Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
If you want to leave,
Pray allow
sure.
me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
Aww.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Okay. Not sure you should be out of bed already.
Nidana, you're awake.
She is.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the Tao's corruption.
She did.
It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
Of course you did. Good girl.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
God, I feel like a hero.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true?
It is indeed. We have a buttload of them.
Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
You did well. Oh, what is this? Oh, our flower. Golden?
Look at that. Its color is completely changed.
We did good, I assume?
What do you have there? How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
What is Akasha? Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term. Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
Okay.
You imply that it is distinct from ether.
Us foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach, A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities.
Yes.
That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense. You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
So if this actually exists, and if this is actually true...
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
That's going to be very interesting. Because it could explain either nothing or literally everything. Well, maybe not everything, but a whole lot. It could be a manifestation of the echo, it could be a manifestation of... The last thing I remember before being absorbed into the tower was you rushing towards me. I can only imagine the hardships you and yours must have had to overcome to rescue us. No amount of words will suffice to express my gratitude, but I hope the flower's radiant glow says everything I cannot. It does. Let's return to old Charlian then. That were... Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. It's good to be back, and with the fruits of our labors safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Thankwood suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Your chamber is comfortable, I hope. If it's cold in there, just let me know. We have plenty of blankets to spare. Welcome back, Laverne. Kral has apprised me of your recent accomplishments. An amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. While it isn't much, I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone, be it penning a thesis or defeating deiformed entities. So, would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Retire to your chamber. Let's go. Arkan Loaf. It is actually in the game. Oh my god. That is amazing. Back to the normal color.
Take heart and protect them well.
Knock, knock.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
Please tell me
We've got
this
quite a
is
spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
perfect. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well.
Of course we did.
But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh my god, he's so disappointed.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
Those are some big coffee
What?
biscuits.
To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
Oh my god, please.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
You sound like a proper Charlian.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
That's rich coming from you, by the way, Kryl. You were the one who,
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Kryl, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes?
Yep. Yeah, that she did.
'Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it?
Yep. Basically not losing your way.
Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Exactly.
Indeed, and in turn I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare
Like
and
this feast.
hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day.
Much like this little feast. Oh, pizza. You're making me hungry, game. Stop this.
Hey, that's mine.
Nope.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
He is a quick shot after all.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle.
Aww.
Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion.
She's offering you half of the biscuit. Take it.
They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Oh my god. Wow. A donut. And whatever that I forgot the English word for it. That thing there that was on Gra's plate was still there. I love it. You do know these are my quarters? Are we pushing on until dawn?
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. He finally saw it. Oh my god, that's amazing. If yeah, I was about to say, that better be glowing like crazy. Joy amongst the darkness. Speaking of darkness.
Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news.
Oh.
Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled. And I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
Not really, I don't think.
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
His voice has changed.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable.
This part.
You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me, so I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
On Wings of Hope.